right.
All right,
How's my
ready?
hat look? That looks stupid with the stocking cap on?
Well, not as stupid as I look. That's for certain. Okay. Do you know what you're going to say? Hey everybody, Matthew Olmican here for Short Lane Egg Supply. I'm accompanied by
Craig Olmican, Short Lane Egg Supply.
And what we're going to talk about today is
Buckthorn. So it's getting to be that time of year again.
I love to feast my buns, chasing trophy deer.
So as we're sitting in our deer stands, looking down at the vast wilderness, we're going to notice some things this year. There's going to be plants that are going to still have their green leaves on them. They're going to be a scrubby little tree, and this invasive critter is called buckthorn. Problem with buckthorn is it displaces all of the natural herbaceous species that we have out there. So all of our normal trees that would be coming as seedlings underneath the tree canopies or the forest canopy, this outcompetes them. So it starts out as one cute little plant with green leaves on it that's kind of cool looking, but the next year it turns into 10 plants, and then it turns into 100 plants, and it's an extremely competitive plant.
this is the big daddy that you wait for all season long, folks. This is the one you put on the wall.
This is the 30-pointer of buckthorn.
This is the 30. Have you seen it bigger than this?
Yeah, it gets like that big around.
No way.
Yeah.
How old do they grow? Or how long do they
How long
last?
They grow, but apparently nothing kills them because they do last a long time and they only get thicker.
Wow.
The other thing that makes this plant bad is we get a lot of other invasives that are pests for us that are a host plant. So the common soybean aphid, plague to Wisconsin farmers also, overwinters on buckthorn. It also hosts a lot of different like wheat and oat diseases.
Really?
It acts as a host for them.
No kidding. So like it is a carrier for all these blights and diseases, and then it carries over into the other crops.
So exactly, and it acts as a host for soybean aphids.
That's crazy.
So the other thing that's not good about it is it grows these little spikes on the sides of it. So as you can see, that's another way to identify this. The smooth bark, the pointy little spikes that come out of the sides of it. And the easiest way to do it, green leaves yet. It's going to be the only tree in the forest besides a pine tree that's got green leaves on it yet, as you can see behind us. So every few years it'll go to seed. So it can be a little plant, it can be a big plant, but then it's also distinguishable by these black berries that nothing eats. So this is another good way to pick it out. So it's a lot of times though, if it shows berries, it'll lose its leaves quicker, from what I've seen at deer hunting season.
Interesting. Is that the only color the berries are going to be, or are they?
Yeah, they're only going to be these little purple berries.
What is that plant with the red berries then?
Where do you see that?
There's red berries on this one, but no leaves. Well, there's some leaves at the top there, but what is this one?
This is winterberry. So don't get your buckthorn confused with winterberry. This is actually a native plant that we want to try to keep. So as you can see, there is a couple little leaves on here that are falling off right now, but this is an important food source for a lot of birds and other wildlife. It's gonna have the same kind of smooth bark on it, but
No thornies.
no thornies at all, and it's got these bright red berries on it. Don't treat your winterberry, folks, just your buckthorn.
Nothing eats these either, huh?
No, it provides zero wildlife benefits.
It sounds like this is a really pesky thing. To control this, can we just simply cut this and chop it down?
No, unfortunately that's not the case. So you can cut off buckthorn, and the next year 2 buckthorns grow out of the same stem. So the best way to treat it is to chemically treat it. The good news is it's not difficult and it's not expensive. So what we like to use, or basically the only thing we can use, is triclopyr, which is Garlon 4, Remedy Ultra, triclopyr 4. Those are all different versions of that herbicide.
Okay.
And then we mix it 25% triclopyr to 75% diesel fuel.
Whoa, diesel?
Diesel fuel. So the advantage of diesel fuel is it acts as an adjuvant to help get the chemical into the plant. So it doesn't take very much. So
Can you use off-road? Or
No, yeah, I would recommend the winter blend.
Oh, okay.
And the other good thing about it is we can do it any time of the year. So it's an EC formulation. So if you want to do it in the dead of winter with snow out there, you certainly can. My recommendation is now, this time of year, when you're going out to your deer stand, when you're active in the woods, mark your trees, because these trees that have green leaves on them now will not necessarily have green leaves on them a month from now. So it's the best if we take marking tape and we just go through as we're coming through and we just mark the tree. This also helps next spring when we come back to evaluate how our herbicide did. It's this treatment can be done anytime that it's cold. So we don't want to do this in the spring or summer. We want to do it in the fall or in the winter.
I gotcha.
So all we do is make a little bit of a spritz treatment on the outside of the bark like this. Make sure you get the whole side of it. And we want to treat the bottom 12 inches of the plant.
Right there. Okay.
The reason we treat the bottom part of the plant is because we want this stuff to go down into the roots. So if we treat on the top portion of the plant, the herbicide is not near as effective. So we want to treat as low as we can. If there's snow on the ground, we don't have to kick the snow out of the way, just treat to the snow level.
Oh, so 12 inches down to whatever level you're at.
And that's all she wrote for Buckthorn.
So now the amount that you spritzed on there, you would compare it to like what kind of an amount? Just an even coating on each side?
Just enough to coat the entire tree on the bottom.
I gotcha.
All the way around the tree is important because that girdles it, but we don't need to go dosing the entire tree. We don't need to treat the upper portions of it, just the bottom stem.
And then when do we expect to kill on this? Next spring?
They're gonna wake up dead. And
They're gonna wake up dead.
These trees don't make it through. And so as once they're treated like this, the tree will just be dead and they just never come dormant again.
Okay. Well, so I guess that answers all of my questions. Is there anything else that we can add?
The only other thing is a little goes a long way when you're mixing up herbicide and diesel fuel for treating buckthorn. The herbicide will still be good. So if you mix up a half a gallon sprayer, that will treat a lot of trees. So if you have some chemical left over, save your chemical. It'll be good the next year. It'll be good the year after that.
So even mix with even if you mix that with the diesel, do you even have to agitate it? Just store it in a cool, dry place?
A little shake and it'll be good to go again next year. And it'll be just as effective.
Nice. All right. Well, that does it for us here on identifying reasons why to control and how to kill buckthorn. Anything else?
Good luck hunting, everybody.
There you go. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, why don't you hit the little like button there down at the bottom and share this with all your friends. Thanks, everybody.